Hello, my name is Katherine Corcoran. Today I'll be leading a short video presentation about effective practices for teaching the whole child. This presentation will address a holistic approach to teaching and learning and will look at some strategies and ideas for teaching the whole child. To do this, we will focus on student wellbeing and pastoral care, effective teaching practices for good academic outcomes, and classroom resources. These areas will be linked to educational theories, and I will offer some practical examples of how we might implement these into the classroom. First up is student wellbeing and pastoral care. As teachers today, we need not only to consider the intellectual development of our students, but also to address their social, emotional, and personal well-being and competence as a priority in our classrooms. Anne Nudge states that pastoral care and academic progress are inextricably linked. It promotes positive learning and developmental outcomes, including knowledge of the self, self-efficacy, healthy risk-taking, goal-setting, negotiation, reflection, and empowerment for our students. Educators need to create a safe, respectful, and positive environment where the students feel supported and accepted. This allows them to feel confident and welcome to express themselves and contribute in the classroom. Pastoral care requires looking at a variety of elements that can contribute to each student's learning experience. This includes understanding a student's cultural background, caring for their physical and psychological well-being, paying attention to their social and personal experiences, as well as tending to their intellectual development. To create an effective and holistic learning experience, teaching practice must look to develop a careful balance between the structure of the classrooms and the nurturing of the students. This diagram highlights some of the positive and negative effects that our methods can create. Educators should encourage connections and build strong relationships with our students, their families, our community, and the school. Having an active dialogue with a student's family and community can be a great asset for understanding the needs and context of our students outside of the school walls. This connection can also help to shape values within the classroom that are based on those of the wider community. Next up is effective teaching practices for good academic outcomes. Effective teaching practice requires a creative and adaptive combination of learning theories and activities to be executed in the classroom. John Lowerman states that quality teaching is not just about using teaching procedures to break up the normal classroom routine, it is about using a particular teaching approach for a particular reason. There is a pedagogic intent that is closely tied to the professional knowledge of practice and how that can be used to enhance student learning. Teachers combine learning theories such as behaviorism, cognitive learning theory, constructivism, and communities of practice with processes and strategies proven to be useful for quality learning, such as deep knowledge, student motivation, self-regulation, student attention, active involvement, giving feedback, and shaping positivity in the classroom. Let's have a closer look at a few of these elements that can contribute to quality academic outcomes. Deep knowledge. When introducing new information, create a context for the students by building upon prior knowledge or by linking it to learners' own lives. Setting goals. Plan for the lesson and know what the desired outcomes are. Involve students in the process, talk to them about their learning goals, and collaborate to develop strategies for best achieving these outcomes. Give feedback. Make it constructive and specific to the learner. Don't forget to let the students know the positive aspects of their work, as well as the areas that can be further developed. Integrate this into future learning. Inclusivity and involvement. Make sure that everybody is actively involved and that no student is being left out. Keep an eye out for children on the fringe, ask open-ended questions, use students' names, and encourage discussion and collaboration between them. Classroom resources. Quality classroom resources contribute significantly to effective learning for students. Resources should be relevant to the curriculum and be used creatively to challenge and develop new learning for students. Resources may include technology such as iPads, educational games, and interactive whiteboards. A closer look at technology shows that educational games can reflect behaviour theories, producing observable and measurable outcomes. Students' efforts earn success through positive reinforcers such as collecting points and receiving praise for correct answers. This can create a positive association to learning for students. Next is the classroom environment. A classroom setup is an important tool for a class structure and development, as it can shape the way that students collectively construct knowledge. Phil Beadle says that grouping students together allows for the teacher to absent themselves from the front of the class, and they can become a supportive vehicle for the students to manage their own learning. Tables and clusters encourage group work and discussion. This links to social constructivism, where learners build knowledge through interaction with others. In summary, to effectively teach the whole child, teachers must engage with a broad range of educational theories and strategies. Educators need to provide a safe and stimulating environment for learners, one which is both inclusive and diverse. There is a necessity to build secure relationships with students, their families, and the community, and to make the most of resources such as ICTs and effective seating plans. Finally, it is important to encourage collaboration, self-efficacy, and motivation for learners today, aiding in the growth of a positive and competent sense of well-being for our students. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation on effective teaching practices for teaching the whole child.